All right, welcome to the Workspace Admins Insights video series. We're a group of IT admins that have been using Google Workspace since it started in 2006 as Google Apps for your domain. Except we usually say Dominik because he was only 10 years old.
What?
I am Kim Nilsson, a Google Certified Innovator and Collaboration Engineer, and work as an ICT educator with responsibility for Lumma's Workspace for Education domain, and I consult for almost all Swedish Google partners. Steve.
Yeah, hey, so I'm Steve Larson, currently volunteering over at Chaser as CIO there, also the moderator on the G Suite subreddit, and pretty active over in the Cloud Connect community, as well as other Slack, Mac admins, and Better Cloud IT communities. So you'll find me all over the place sharing my wealth of Google knowledge.
Yeah, and I'm Brian Kim, Service Delivery Manager with Strata Prime, a Google partner based out of Toronto, Canada. And I'm fairly active in some of the communities that Steve mentioned as well. So I'm usually asking myself, what did Steve do? And I just do it.
You look for what did Steve say last week?
Dominik?
Yes, I'm Dominik. I initiated this entire team, and I also initiated this call with Jesse about a day after it went live. Or Parallels desktop, the blog post went live, and yeah, I'm super excited to try and fail while setting up Windows, I guess. Never used, or haven't used Windows in 7 or 8 years, ages. So here we go.
Jesse.
And fail, we most likely will. I'm Jesse Nolan. Hi, everyone. I'm the CIO of the Westland Real Estate Group. We're a property ownership management group out of Southern California with 75 locations. Google Workspace is, I guess you could say, my jam, given that it makes everything so easy to manage with such a remote workforce. And when I saw that we were going to be able to get Parallels and get Windows on Chrome, I was very excited and haven't tested any of it yet, despite my excitement. So this is going to be pretty raw, pretty straightforward. We're going to make lots of mistakes. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, guys, for having me. I'm excited to be here.
That's gonna be fun. Yeah. Like I said, Jesse and I, we haven't taken an actual look at it other than maybe the setup guide and some YouTube videos, and so that's gonna be fun. And yeah, we thought we'd just do it live on air because that's gonna be the most fun for everyone. You can have some fun and witty comments. Jesse and I will just try and figure this thing out today, because I am running Chrome OS. I have been running macOS for the past 3 or 4 years, switched back to Chrome OS primarily this September. I am running a Acer Chromebook Spin 713 with an i5 processor and 16 gigabytes of RAM, because you can never have enough RAM. Especially, so if I run the Mac Pro, I just get 2 terabytes because you can never have enough RAM for Chrome. No, but yeah, that's my device. And what's yours, Jesse?
I am device and OS agnostic. I'm on them all. Generally, I use Mac and Windows and Chrome OS, not so much on the Linux side. I use Windows as my daily driver, Windows 10, obviously. And I'm using a Google Pixelbook Go today with an i5 and 16 gig of RAM.
Cool. And because I love cool socks, I brought Chrome OS socks. And if you can see them, well, probably not background, but yes, I have Chrome socks today. So just have a good amount of support from every place that you can get.
I do not have as cool socks. I'm gonna have to get some of those.
Well, next London last year, hopefully we can get back to collecting socks on trade shows soon. Yeah, so let's get this started. I'll gonna share my screen, and I hope this is doable because I'm running a huge screen, and I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Up. You can see I already downloaded Windows 10 20H2, so the October edition. And this is the guide that we'll be following. That's the official guide that we need to follow. And yes, I am running one of those devices on this list, and Jesse as well. So the official devices on the list are running, and then we have some other devices that we may try it later if we got some time, or we'll update you later afterwards. Some lower spec devices. I have an Acer Chromebook Tab 10. That's probably not going to work, but always worth a try, I guess.
I've got the Lenovo Flex 5 and the Lenovo Pixel, or not Pixel, Lenovo Duet, which probably isn't going to work either.
Yeah. So but yeah, Google recommends an i5 or an i7 with 16 gigs of memory and 128 gigs of SSDs. And I do my first Chromebook 7 years ago, probably. I remember 16 gigs of storage, and that was enough back then. But yeah, now that we are going into Windows, we need more. And I think my Acer Chromebook Spin has 256.
My first Chromebook was the original CR48 that Google sent out 60,000 units of, and I still have it, and we've come a long way since then.
Okay.
Definitely not going to run on that, though.
No, probably not. That's ages ago. I didn't even know about Chromebook then. Probably. Cool. So as first step, we gonna go and app manage the admin console, and our very first step that I've already done is an organizational unit for testing, and then I'll move this over to. Then we gotta have the licenses for parallels that we have some here, and we are. Yes.
And how easy is it to get licenses right now? I mean, is Parallels releasing those, or do we have to go through?
So getting licenses through Parallels right now, we've been able to get demo licenses quite easily, 30-day trial licenses and stuff. And we are able to purchase those licenses through our distributors. So that seems to be doable. I believe that they are also directly selling them already. Here. So back here, that's the wrong. Probably have to sign in again. Appset extensions. Yes, and we needed a direct link for some reason, and I can't find it. There you go. We already fail. ACDM. That's it. No, that's not it. App management. There you go. That's the way to go there. Okay, got it. Add app. Nope, that's still not the page. Chrome. Managed apps and extension, and it should show up here with a tab. But maybe I gotta press this button. Nope.
Did you assign it to that OU? Or turn it
I
on?
have not yet actually enrolled any of my licensees. So I am trying to find that link here that was somewhere. Yeah, see, manage app licenses. Okay, cool. New tab. Apps and extension. Click the app licensing tab. Yeah, can you send me a direct link there, please? /apps /licenses. There you go. Direct linking works too. To make it easier for Jesse, I'll copy and paste it into our chat. Oh, I guess I didn't copy the right. So, and as soon as you're here, so it's admin.google.com/ac/chrome/apps/licenses. And then you can press the plus button here and enter your order number or your license key. And I do have this in here and in here, and then I can check. I have 5 licenses and I can redeem them. Now I'll go into my devices, Chromebooks, Parallels, and I'll turn it on, and then I have to accept the deal, and I do want API access because I want to work with the API. Yep. That's fine for me. They can contact me whenever they want. And then we save our details here. And we have licenses. So now we're going back here. Admin console is done. We are now creating a Windows virtual machine, and that's already here. So we are going into Crush, Control-Alt-Tab. And now I will copy this part. So it's VMC. Oh, that did create -P. VM name, call it Windows, because that's what we do. And then we get to the file name.iso. See, do we have downloads here, or is this just Windows 10? ISO. Interesting. My device doesn't know VMC. How about yours, Jesse?
Give me a second. I'm trying it here. Command is not available. Failure number 2.
That's going great.
I wonder if it needs a policy update in Chrome to get that or something.
So if I just type in VMC, seems to work. That's weird. VMC.
I'm getting a different error. Mine says command failed, even just for VMC.
Now it seems to work for me. Let's go first. -P/-Windows. Nope. Don't use Command V. Press right on your mouse in Crush. Command failed still.
ISO.
Now I get a new issue. This is a new error for me. In the meantime, Jesse, you may want to check what your version is on your device. Maybe that's part of it. I will
See if I need updates.
check.
Up to date, 87.0.4280.109.
Seems all right, I guess. Where do I want it to go? Oh, I wanted to go to settings, yes. So users and browser settings, parallels, scroll down. Oh, parallels. By the way, this is super interesting because they tell you that you need device licenses, but at the moment it's under users and browser settings. So if you don't have device licenses, this setting wouldn't show up. This tab wouldn't show up, but the Parallels desktop would show up. So that's kind of curious for me. And we do allow users to use Parallels desktop, but we don't have an image yet. So this shouldn't be a problem. I do have licenses, and these are just sending me back to the account. So Chrome : policy.
Jesse, do you want to maybe try yours, sharing your screen and seeing if you have a little bit more success?
VMC isn't even working for me.
Okay.
Trying to
So
look in on documentation here.
Which device are you using again, Jesse?
Pixelbook Go.
Pixelbook Go.
it's on the list,
Yeah, it is on the list. Yeah.
technically. What issue did I get? So Parallels VMs are currently disabled.
You didn't update your policy, Dominik. Just looked at it.
Yes,
Still says
because
an
it's
hour.
already.
Yeah, but this is an hour since last.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I press.
Now it's not an hour anymore.
Parallels is still not showing up well.
Yeah, Jesse, I'm just going to go grab my Pixelbook Go and see if I can run VMC on that machine.
So that's not doesn't seem to be a policy issue. Why are Parallels VMs currently disabled? Well, let's try running this command again. Nope.
You're forgetting the O at the end, right? ISO.
Still failing.
Yeah, it's still gonna give you the error, but
emc --help. emc. Well, that command did work, but well, it did something. It doesn't mean that it. Well, maybe the name is used. So let's try renaming or not.
Yeah, so I just opened up my Pixelbook Go and I typed in VMC and I do get the VMC help menu. So are
Even,
you typing
yeah,
this to
even without a
source
license.
shell? Yeah.
What was the question?
Are you typing it into a crush shell?
Yes, I am.
That's strange. And yours is currently managed or unmanaged device?
Managed. I enrolled it right before this.
VMC
Very strange.
8. What's the official? What's the PVM default? Let's try this. Done.
Do I have to perhaps enable some
That
flags on mine,
didn't give
given
an
that I
error.
swiped this morning?
I didn't get a new error now.
So do a
so,
start for that. So do a VMC start for that.
PVM default flags could be an let's see. So I could have, so I now created a new PVM default and VMC start VM name, and VMC start Windows, yes.
It didn't do that. It didn't start the Windows setup. So it's not booting.
It's still somewhere at localhost. You're restarting your device now, Jesse?
Yeah, I just came back online. I can share my screen here. Let me jump back into the Meet with my device. And let me share my screen and we'll see if this works any better. Taking over from you, Dominik.
Yes.
All right, controller Kim, you got our screen swap there?
Oh yeah, it's automatic in Meet.
Awesome. Okay, so VMC, yes? No dice.
Weird. This is what you do when you're an admin.
Right? It's obviously working something. Not available.
Yeah,
Error
that
command
you get the
failed.
basic commands. Dominik actually has more commands when he does a help.
Yeah.
And Brian, you said when you ran it on yours, there was no problem, right?
Yeah, no problem. I'm just taking a look at the admin console to see if there are any policies that could be blocking it.
Yeah.
I am a super admin. I don't think I have any policies blocking it.
Yeah, it's a user setting, so the user needs to be in the same OU as the devices, because it's not a device setting. Might have forgotten that.
That's
User
the
has to be
point.
in the same way as what? Say again?
It's a user and device setting, so that's a good point. Move your user into the policy where you allowed the licenses, into the OU where you have the licenses assigned.
I just applied it org-wide because I live on the edge that way. It says on locally applied or inherited from Google default. Which should it be? On my app licensing screen.
App licensing local on, not Google default, because Google default would be off, probably.
Okay, so on locally applied, platform is Parallels. I've got 10 available licenses. So any org I'm in should work.
Probably, yeah. I'll just move my unit, my admin's account down because currently it's under admin accounts.
Yep.
Just check your messages, Dominic, on your phone.
And yes, you're also using the correct account. Typical one, debugging 101.
I'm using my account, which is a super user account. I'm changing my OU to a test OU so that we can mess around with the settings.
Yeah, for me, I tested on an enrolled device while signed into a gmail.com account. So I think it may be something to do with the account level setting or the device level setting for the device itself. I'm just going through one by one to see if there's anything that's blocking some certain commands in Crush.
Yeah.
Well, we can, whoops, turn that off for a second. Let me jump into my admin panel on here and we can review it together.
Yes, please share.
I'm already logged in. How convenient. Try and share that again here. Alrighty, walk me through it. Where do you want me to go?
You can go to the hamburger menu. To the left is probably the fastest way to get to user settings. So devices, arrow, Chrome, yeah, and settings, users and browsers.
Okay, I am in the testing lab OU.
Yep. So you
Let's
had
see what we got.
You got parallels. There's one section for parallels, so you can do either Control F or a search and add filter up there to find parallels, because this is way too long to scroll.
Which is what I'm doing.
There we go.
So Brian is taking care of that. She says do not allow, which is necessary.
Minimum recommendation configuration, i5, 16 gig of RAM, and 128 gig of storage. Now it's asking for the parallels Windows image, but I've got that locally.
Yep. And you got enough free space. System is big enough.
Yeah, there's nothing on this.
Right. So there's also a VM setting, but that's probably just for Linux. You can also search for VM.
Yeah, that's the setting that I'm just looking at as well.
It's just a tad up, I think. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's enabled, allow. So that's good. So save that.
All right, how long until that takes?
You can force it, but one of the ways is to log in and log out and log in again, and then go to Chrome policy to see if it's how long ago it pulled the data.
All right, well, that's probably going to stop me sharing.
Oh, yeah.
Just go to Chrome policy and then.
Yeah, you can do local ones. So new tab, Chrome, :-policy, and update locally. I think you already clicked it, so that's going, right, Jesse? And that's already gone.
Yeah, that's why you can't see anymore.
Yeah, it's still on the old one.
Back in. That's funny. Good to know.
Is anyone that's viewing, have any of you guys deployed Windows on Chrome OS yet? And have you faced this issue?
There we go, crowdsourcing challenges.
Yeah, let's see if anyone else has faced this deploying it. Or is everyone watching doing this?
Yeah, doing it behind the scenes, also testing. What did
Everyone is following along now.
What did he click? You're not found anything, Brian, right?
Yeah, no, aside from the command line access, which is under user and browser settings.
All right, we're back. All right, what's the other way to force it you were saying?
Yeah, it's VMC as in Martin.
Oh,
whoops. Hey, progress.
There you go.
All right.
Was it just the run?
So what's the user setting? So
no, I had it right before.
Create.
Yeah. Philippe says that he's hoping that we're gonna find all the pain points for him. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. So
We're the guinea pigs.
And pro tip, use the search function in admin console. Do not attempt to scroll the entire list.
Especially on Chrome.
Yes.
What does the P do? I haven't discussed that as far as I know.
haven't discussed
I don't
that,
know, they told
and
us
the
to-
P is not helpful. Well, the P doesn't. Well, it looks like it's privileged.
No, I think it stands for part of like the PVM, right? Is it short for that?
So if you look at the fourth line from the bottom in the help menu, you see that there is a dash privileged.
There's more things happening now.
Thinking, guys.
Yeah, Jesse's machine is doing something.
All right, it's working. I think we got it.
Oh,
Success.
yeah.
I
Right.
do get a different setting now as well. So I do have a VM creation process now too. We didn't have that before.
Yeah. YouTube, Colin McCarthy is asking what guide you're following.
Yeah, just
We're
put it
following the
in.
official one on
Support page.
Chrome, on the Chrome support page. Yeah.
Hi, Colin.
Hi, Colin, and thanks for joining. And
The one that-
if anyone,
Yeah, the one that Felipe posted earlier, I think.
you can also again post this link
Yes. Copy,
into the chat.
copy posting.
I just Googled
Oh, yeah, you did.
support Google's
Thanks. Someone
Well
already
set up.
did that.
43%, 65%.
All right, we're getting there.
Oh, that's fine.
Operation
That's
completed
good.
on my end. No.
Nice.
Show off.
I have a fan in my device. I do prefer to wait, however. So I would have preferred to wait for that rather than having a loud fan here.
Is yours
Fans
working now,
need to
Dominic? Is that Dominic? You've managed to get yours working now too?
Yeah, please
Yes,
share,
I
please
am
share
also
your
on.
screen again also, so we can flip between them whenever we want to.
All right, I have completed.
Okay.
What's
I'll be doing that.
Yeah, so the next command for Jesse would be, if you're also done there.
So Dominic is tiny.
Yeah, it
Share
is.
mine. See.
Yeah, it's a better view from yours, Jesse. So
Yeah, it's VMC start PVMD
let's see if I can do
from
that. Hello. Let's see.
And now I get parallels.
And why?
This is a Windows logo on my device. God
Yep.
damn it.
The same
getting
second that I
scared.
started flipping it over to Jesse then. Let's see.
Oh, we're back on me now.
I was jumping between the two of you. That's a tiny screen. Yeah, so Jesse, you should do a start of your.
How do I start? What's
No,
the
VMC start and then the name.
VMC start
C
Windows.
Start Windows.
Okay.
Oh, I have a Windows machine.
Oh, I see. Parallels, short, sweet.
All right. So it's
Yeah,
done.
so the
Now I
resolution difference, we will see that. We might need that in some cases to see something with a higher resolution.
Now what I'm wondering is, can we install the Google Cloud Credential Provider on this Windows 10 VM within?
Coolness.
We may.
Well, it doesn't work on server, for example. You can't. Nuance configuration.
so-
that it'll so, but we'll see.
Yeah, you do the fill screen, Dominic. That's where your view is visible and legible again. So nice.
Yeah, I filled now. I have Windows now on full screen, but it shows us a 3:2 resolution. I don't know why. Probably because that was the default one. So English, UK, of course, we are choosing the right one, but we do need to
sorry.
change the input method because I do we have UK here?
Yep.
We
I'm
do have
clicking-
not the UK here, so I
You-
need to choose US.
There
instead.
is. United Kingdom, just 2 steps up.
2 more. Hit
Yeah,
the
I
arrow
need
key.
Dvorak though.
Oh my.
Otherwise, it wouldn't move. Otherwise, I'm not able to type anymore.
Yeah, I made that mistake doing US to work and trying to do UK, and it was not this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
as
Kim,
long as I have
respect-
Dvorak, that's fine enough for most stuff, except for some weird other ones.
Are you saying Dvorak is not weird?
No, no. I've started using Dvorak on my, I think on my OnePlus One.
I started using it on my phone too. That's how I started first. Yep. Many years ago.
Yeah, OnePlus One. Actually, I had a OnePlus One with the, fun fact, I had the OnePlus One with the wooden back, which was an amazing cover. It was better than
Yeah.
glass and everything. The wood was great. Anyway, let's
That-
go back here.
Bamboo. It's bamboo, wasn't it? That was a bamboo.
Bamboo,
one.
yeah, it was great. It was such a great thing.
Focus, guys, focus. Which OS am I using? There's 10 home.
We don't care about product keys right now, and I am going with Pro.
Yeah, if we are going to test GCPW in the future, Pro or Enterprise is probably a better option than Home.
I'm not seeing
Yeah.
enterprise as an option.
Yeah.
Just Pro and Pro Education, Pro for workstations.
Just Pro.
I'll do Pro.
Pro. Yeah.
Just simple Pro. And you can upgrade to Enterprise using the licensed on ledger, I think. Not quite sure there. But yeah, just Pro because Pro is Pro.
All right, upgrade or custom install?
Good question.
Since you don't have Windows,
Yeah. You,
Go
I would go with custom.
custom. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. I have 256
So
on my
why?
point.
Create a new partition?
Shouldn't have to. This
not.
should be part of the automatic.
Yeah.
There's nothing automatic about it. I'm clicking next. Here
Yep.
we go.
Yep.
We all sit around and wait.
So now we're installing Windows.
So
What's happening here?
I'm streaming Jesse's view, so you know, so you can do some experiments a few seconds before Dominik. So you can give Jesse the correct instructions.
I'm at 1% too. So
Yep.
yeah. Now it's like a race. Like which instance can
I
install
do have the
faster?
more powerful device, so I'll win by
I
like
will.
1%.
And changes that. Aren't we both running i5s?
Yeah, you have the Y series. Do you have to? I have the other one. I have the one with the fan. You know, the loud one.
Well, we can test this on my i3 later and see how long that takes or if it works.
Which,
Yeah, you're a couple of
Which-
percent. Couple of
But here you
percentages
see,
ahead.
now I'm at like 24% and you're at 16. I'm racing
So-
through this.
so who's on the Pixel Go? Is that Jesse or is that Dominik that's on the
Jesse.
That's me. I'm on the go.
on the Go? And Dominik, you're on which Acer?
The 713, the Spin 713. The one, actually, that's the one with 8 years of auto update expiries. So 2028. I'm at 50% now.
36. I played around with the Galaxy Chromebook by Samsung the other day. That thing is
How's
nice,
that?
but apparently the battery life is horrible. Oh, it's a gorgeous device.
Mm.
I want one, but I'm gonna wait till version 2.
I hope that the article that said it was orange actually saw it, because the picture of the first version looks orange, but it's not.
But it's red. It's bright red.
So
It's
I
been
think
a
the article that
best
came
color.
out,
Can't be
it
red
goes
on that,
orange. It's actually going to be red when it comes out.
probably.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah, it's never going to come out in Europe. Though.
Samsung marketing is partially colorblind.
Yeah, but Apple One is too. 90%. Yeah, this device is racing through it. I'm racing through.
And both devices have true SSD storage. It's not MMC anymore.
Good question. Can someone Google?
Yeah, I already have the specs up, so I know that I was looking up the Acer, so that has an NVMe SSD, PCIe NVMe SSD.
Yeah.
The Pixel Book Go, I'm struggling to find out the specific type of SSD that it has. The official support spec page Doesn't go into
And
detail.
I'm
It says solid
finished.
internal storage. That's it.
That's odd. Not needing to install updates. I am now in the restarting process, and
Nice.
yes, you are catching up.
94, almost there.
Damn, this is Windows. And you are still streaming, Jesse?
Yes,
No,
it's
Tim
still.
just
I have to switch over to you since you were a few seconds, so we can see this
No.
twice.
We're waiting. We're waiting for Jesse.
getting performance anxiety over here.
Well, your device should.
Exactly.
Yeah, so looks like based on a Reddit post on r/Chrome OS, so Pixelbook Go comes with eMMC, not NVMe.
Yeah, so this is much slower.
So I do have a
Damn it, Google.
device here. Well, mine is also a year or two younger, isn't it? Pixelbook is 2 years on the market now.
Give or take. That's it. Guess I need a new Chromebook.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone counts 2020, so it could be 2 years plus 2020.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the recently, I think September released. I think it's September released. Acer ARM-based device. So I don't know what exact processor they had, but it's not a bad one, I guess.
Is that going to be a Chromebook ARM-based?
Yeah.
Or
ARM-based Chromebook, Acer released September 2020. And I know it's September because I ordered this device in September, and I was like, can you actually ship this device now? The other one at least? Because I want one, and I still have to wait.
So that's going to be the Chromebook Spin 513, which is based on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 7C processor by the looks of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I may or may not test this at some point. The likelihood is high.
Yeah, and that's going to be a pretty good price point. It looks like it's going to be around $399 in your local currency. It looks like they're not changing it. Pounds?
No, they never do that. Yeah. Europe is always more expensive. Look at iPhones. We pay $9.99 and you pay $9.99.
Yeah.
I think change the layout. This layout is quite neat. Makes it easier to switch between screens. And also people can see who's actually talking and not just try to figure that out by audio.
So we're getting ready. How many viewers do we have? I know nothing.
It dropped a little
28
bit.
watching now.
Yeah, 28 live.
We're needing to keep up energy, so I think. But yeah. Our initial failure probably made people leave. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we had 39 as the top, I think. 38, 36 for a long time. Some people dropped off. But this is good because I can see both screens, because I can see Dominik is on the big one now, and I see Jesse's as a smaller version. He's just a tad behind.
I just initialized the creation process on the i3 on the Lenovo Flex 5 as well. So far, no issues.
We're back at just a moment.
I'm still getting ready.
Not that I'm in the UK, but yes, this region is correct enough.
Yeah.
Not gonna switch to Germany. No, the keyboard layout is wrong though. I would prefer UK Dvorak, but that doesn't seem to exist. No. Well, then US Dvorak. No. Why would I need a second layout? I don't switch.
Yeah, nobody else is going to use that device, so.
No.
Not with that keyboard layout.
Yeah, that's the reason why I have it.
Yeah. You don't need a weird password. You just need the Dvorak.
Or and you need Dvorak and a secondary keyboard, and then you type it in Dvorak, but have US as a keyboard, and then you have a scrambled password by default.
I've done that with passwords in the past for Hebrew. I'll type a English word using the Hebrew letters or vice versa. Ain't nobody gonna figure that one out.
So you need to, once you get it up and running, you can install a Windows keyboard creator tool. And then I'll post this link. This is a UK Dvorak layout template that you can load into that to then create your custom keyboard for UK Dvorak.
Interesting. So
the i3 Lenovo Flex 5 is already at the Parallels launch stage and is installing.
Oh, much faster then. So probably also a fast disk.
Much faster. I'll join with that machine as well.
Do I want to log in? Do I want to set this up for personal or for business business use? That's the question.
Business is going to want you to log in through a
Azure AD.
probably.
Yeah, that's the question now. Do I want to set it up like that? Or?
Selecting my region now too.
No, you still want organization. Else, the other one is using a personal Microsoft account, which you do not want.
But you can do a local instance. You just got to deny everything Microsoft.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I think you can skip that. You'll not be handheld through that process.
We'll see that. Man, I haven't seen this setup process at all ever.
I'm going to share the screen of the i3 Flex 5 now. Kim, feel free to pin whichever you want.
Yes.
Just as an FYI, that it's coming.
This is very nice. So this is, again, we're running this through Google Meet, and Google Meet automatically let this new share be the primary one. I didn't have to do anything.
Warning that I was going to take over.
Yes.
Oh, this is very snappy, even though it's an i3. It's an i3 with 8 gig of RAM.
Yeah, they recommended 16. We saw that early on.
And i5.
i5 and 16, yeah.
Yeah. So you choose. I'm gonna choose Microsoft account.
Yeah, good. So pick different setups so people can see.
I'm doing local.
Yep. I'm gonna switch over to.
I will use my work account.
Yeah, do you want to pin?
Yeah, it's Dominik right now. So
yes, I am logging in with my business
jumps over
Windows
here.
account that I definitely have to look up my password.
All right, do that still. Do that like this. So which one did you want me to pin there?
My pet's name is Test.
Yeah, you security questions.
I have a
cousin.
I have a problem.
You don't remember your
my
password?
Problem is that no, I do know my password. My problem is that I cannot paste it into Parallels. Which is unfortunate because now I have to type a 27,000 word password.
So this is the third machine, Jesse, that's running this fast.
Yep, 25% over there. I'm in the process of logging into Windows.
Right, that's one 30%, and the other one is.
Can you pin someone's device so mine is just not showing at all, so I can cross-check my password?
Yeah, currently I'm streaming. This might take several minutes.
Yeah, but it still shows the tiles on the screen.
Yeah, so I'll
Yeah, so
stop
YouTube,
sharing.
nobody on YouTube will see it, but everybody in the meet will see it.
Well, I'll just end. If that's fine, because then I just change my password afterwards.
Yeah.
just saying. I just don't want to have this streamed.
Yeah.
I'll trust you more than chat.
So it's not live streaming. So as long as Jesse doesn't interrupt his screen sharing, it'll be fine.
I'll do my best.
Now everyone knows that Jesse has a dog named Test.
Yeah.
And my eldest cousin is also named Test. What a coincidence.
Yeah. So it's on Leave Everything to Us. That's what's streaming out. That's also the session that's reached the furthest, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem now.
I'm finally in the lead because Dominik can't figure out his password.
Oh, I will mention something here for everyone that is on the stream now. I'm going to share the link to the Google group that gives everyone access to all the content that we release kind of after the sessions and
Nice.
kind of complement them. So this is the Workspace.
I'm going to interrupt you to say that my Windows desktop has loaded.
Yes. Nice.
I do see that.
It
Yeah.
wants me to browse with Edge. So you know what,
Ooh.
Microsoft? I
Maybe-
want Windows. I don't want it that bad. I will, however, put up Edge to get Chrome.
Well, at least it's Chromium.
Yes,
Could
it
have
is.
been worse.
Yeah.
And I have. How do I do this?
And you can cross that out top right if you don't want to come from it.
So yes, I posted that link just now in the chat, and if you're not a member, just click join, and then you will be given access to the share drive and all the future content that we put in there for all of our sessions, as well as I believe you can kind of see that the Workspace Admin Community Docs folder is there. I think I will probably be migrating all of the notes from the field documents that I've created into this share drive, because you can no longer search for that content in your own drive unless it's in a shared drive because of shortcuts. Thanks, Google.
Now I can't even preview my password anymore. That's annoying.
All right. I'm downloading Chrome.
Microsoft Edge, the best browser, fastest browser to download Chrome.
Yep. Good thing this isn't sponsored by Microsoft.
So Nicholas was kind of just talking about, 8 gig of RAM and 120 gig hard drives and not being enough to be useful. I think the 8 gig should hopefully be enough to make it run. Obviously, Google recommends a 16, but from a hard drive perspective, space perspective, all of our stuff is in within Google Drive. So there's really not much that's going to be stored locally on the machine.
Apart from Windows.
Apart from the Windows, right?
Which
Windows itself.
it does hog some space.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what amount it's taking up here. And this install is probably going to be something like a 30 gig base install.
I just clicked over to Task Manager. CPU's at 100% just to install Chrome.
Yeah, okay. And this is the i3, Jesse?
Mm-mm.
No, that's the
one that's running Windows is currently the i5.
i5 Pixelbook, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm.
So it raced the others and surpassed them.
Well, I'm still figuring out my password.
Well, the i3 is restarting. I'll just skip that and say restart now.
I think I've got it now. Yes.
I think I can.
Yeah.
Now I have to only put in my verification.
I don't think you changed it there,
That's
Jesse.
not what I meant to do. I didn't actually change it.
No, that's one.
Now you can go back to me.
Go back to
Down
the
by
Do
the
standard.
I signed in.
You can type
And-
standard to find it.
And I can't sign in.
If you type standard there in the search window, I think you can.
Change your password to password 123 real quick, Dominik, and then you'll be good.
No. The problem is not the password here. The problem is something else. Probably something with Parallels or with the licenses that we do not have for Windows on this account. So I'm now going back to local.
And the rest of us are watching. This is typical Windows. It's a bunch of updates.
Yeah, I figured that would be fun. One thing that is interesting that I wanted to take a look at personally is the network. As predicted, it does show a local connection, even though I'm running off of Wi-Fi on the
yeah,
Pixel
because the virtual, it's virtually a local connection. Yep.
You wanted to look at what tools can you access from the Windows environment, right, for network troubleshooting?
I have also a pet named Test.
Really?
Yeah. And it's, but I grew up in Test. Did you?
It's a good place. No, I visited though. My first school was called Test.
I used to go. I went to default.
But did you graduate?
People
No.
used to call me Test as well, you know, because
Default.
obviously I grew up in Test. My dog was Test, so I was Test too.
And that's test 2 with the number 2 at the end. Does that mean right?
No, I don't know. No, I don't need speech recognition. Wait, where? No, I don't.
Yeah,
No, please don't.
So
Basic
Jesse,
keys.
you're using all the Windows
Uh,
networking tools here,
Yep.
getting the results you're expecting and wanted.
Well, it's obviously virtualized, and that means that if I wanted to troubleshoot a network using this, it probably wouldn't work that well.
But the
Not
second row is yours because the 192 network is yours.
Hold on, I wasn't even looking here.
Yeah, because
I don't need Cortana.
that's your real network because you have Unify at home.
Okay, I have read. Well, it asked me about Cortana, and I've read Corona. So this year factors up all. If I would have read it out loud as I have seen it, I would have said I don't want Corona, which is obviously true.
That's right, Jesse. You have a Unify network at home.
Yeah, this is running off of the Unify Wi-Fi.
Yep.
I actually have multiples because I'm testing Unify at home. The new Dream Machine Pro. So you can see that there. So that actually is interesting. This is on the trace route.
So it's talking back. Yeah, I have the Dream Machine, not Pro. Looks fairly nice.
We're running up to the hour now. So
what's some of the other networking tools that I've used before? What's a good IP network
Zoom.
IP scan? Zoom.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
It's the #1 download suggestion there on Google.
Yeah.
All right, people on the feed, what should we test? YouTubers.
I do have a cool test. So
You have a cool test if you can ever get onto the machine. You've made it in.
Windows. First things first, reset the desktop to this little monster.
Asking about the Parallels tools.
What Parallels tools? I didn't see those.
Yeah, one step at a time. We're testing traceroute now. Well, whatever. Can I use it? How do I download Chrome?
Google.com/Chrome.
Well, there's a PowerShell script you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's perfect. How does PowerShell work? I do like command line. I don't know.
Yeah. You go to the start menu, type PowerShell, and then you run it.
Is this Corona here?
Philippi says I should run Cyberpunk 2077.
I actually, this is not too far off of what I want to try.
Ooh, Google.
Nicholas, you're right. We should continue following the guide.
No, that's too easy.
This is a group of IT people. We are, we're off the rails at this point.
Why would anyone stick to the?
There's
We
your-
don't have a plan. That's the plan of this video. We don't have a plan.
But that's a
never have.
PowerShell command to install Chrome.
Okay, so
Nice.
I'm going to. Oh, you're showing the i3 now. It's trucking along. All right, this PC, and then it says locate Parallels Tools CD drive.
Yep.
Hey, how do you like that?
Oh yeah, step 5.
Virtual.
Very cool. Okay, double click the Launch Parallels Tools installer.
Yeah, they either auto run should work. Both of them are commands or programs, so either would work.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Then you
This
got to
one's
restart Windows. Jesse,
That's
yours probably is not going to restart because you're in the middle of updates.
And we'll force restart anyway. Let's see what happens.
Steve Thomas Ho is having problem with joining the Google group.
Oh, well, let you join the Google group. Let me just check and see.
Could it be the domain settings for the account that he's joining from?
I already see him as a member. So Thomas, I see you as a member already. So that could be why you can't join, because you are a member already. Yeah, if you're a member, you're just going to see that you can't see any content. You won't see the join group link at the top. That will not be there if you're already a member. So,
But he should
I
be
think-
able to give him the other link then, or so he gets into the actual. There's no conversation, Thomas. It's just to get you access to. So if you give him a link to documentation, that'll verify that he's a member fully on.
Yeah, let me get that. Yeah, so if you
So
are,
CD drive.
there's the
What's a
link
CD drive?
to and if you can access that link, Thomas, you're a member and you're all set.
So as Parallels is installing here, it seems to have just resized the window.
Yeah.
Or something. What's going on?
Thomas, I'll ping you on the account. I don't want to necessarily share your
Yes.
email. And
I was
stuff
just going to
until it-
suggest that.
So I'm now changed, my aspect ratio changed completely. It's now taking advantage of the whole screen.
That's cool. So this guide says I should look for the Parallels Tools CD. What's a CD?
Yeah.
A compact disk?
Yeah, a round compact disk.
It also, but here it says DVD. Is this the same, or is this?
Yeah, it's so just open Explorer, the folder, yellow folder
I'm
icon.
already on here.
So
I skipped from tape to streaming directly, so that's.
So
that's
yes,
how I go.
so that means your display driver is updated, so because your screen is better now.
Yep,
Mhm.
and it feels snappier too.
And,
So it's running updates in the background, or
Let's see.
how is this driver up installing?
It was installed through the Parallels tools.
I see. Okay, so I'll be
I
able
haven't even
to.
restarted my computer yet.
Yep, so wait, so that means you're not running any current updates or installs. It's just waiting for you to restart now.
Right. I'm wondering if the display driver was through Parallels or was through the update.
It went fast, so it's hard to say.
Oh,
Well, I will do the Parallels install on the i3 and won't do a Windows update, and we'll see.
I have full screen now too. Wow, Windows. So how does Windows work? This on the bottom left is Cortana, is it? And then I can search Chrome here. Yes, perfect. Now, this is Windows. Oh, guide. What's the No, actually the other way around. Yeah, whatever. How to set up here Chrome Enterprise. Bam. back on this Parallels tools.
Yep.
So before we want to export the virtual machine, we can now customize this VM. So we can now install any management tools that we want. We can install. What else can we? I don't know. We can install apps that we want to distribute and all of that. Cyberpunk. That's something that we definitely want to have in our image, isn't it, Jesse?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to have Anno 1404 because that brings me back to childhood. I want to have that one in my company-wide image.
Not getting a particularly fast download speed.
No, I want to have this
Speed
on
test.
So,
Yeah, no, I'm not normal. I'm normal speed here in Windows. Slow.com used to redirect to fast.com. It doesn't anymore for some reason.
I guess Netflix doesn't own the domain anymore.
Maybe they never owned it, and someone who owns slow.com just.
Yeah, I can do that. The on-prem version.
Cool.
So you want to download the Office 365. You want Word and Excel, basically.
So Office 2019, I guess.
Well, no, you can download the apps from if you have an Office 365 subscription. Oh, fast.com is working much better for me. I'm getting 150, 170.
Really?
And Nicholas was
let's see.
asking about Office 365 local.
Well, I guess their download here.
So
Man, this
I
is
think there's a trial version for it.
there probably is, actually. You are likely correct.
Download?
As Office.
One thing that I just noticed, the Chrome home, the top row buttons, so where the F keys would usually be, do work as expected. So the back button goes back in Windows.
Oh, really?
So you can go back and forth with the buttons up on top and reload pages and make stuff full screen and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
And there's a setting for that.
The app switcher actually, so the app switcher makes Parallels smaller and puts that in a window, and full screen. So yeah.
Oh, so that's Chrome OS app switcher.
Yep. So the app switch button and the full screen button makes Chrome Parallels go into full screen or not, and then switches it. So yeah.
So that one, Jesse, you're only installing Parallels and no updates, no window updates.
That's correct.
PC. I am not logged in here.
And I haven't confirmed this. I was just kind of thinking about this situation with Thomas, and it might be a situation of our Workspace Admins domain being on the trial and increased limitations of trial domains. That might.
Yeah, okay. We start paying for it now. It's fine. We actually couldn't even invite all of you using our Workspace accounts. That's why you got an invite from my business email. Sorry. We'll start paying now, even though we got 3 days of additional trial because of the outage on Monday last week. So that's cool, I guess.
So Jesse's now quite a long way into installing Office 365.
Just needing to check which one I do need to pin. Oh, Jesse signed in to download it. There is no.
All right, that's just the Office 365 app, sort of the housing, not installing the actual.
Yeah, press that button.
Oh, let's see.
That's the more important. That's the most important button. Make Chrome default.
You're gonna make me sign in again, Microsoft. Come on.
Yes.
Yes, they like that.
Now you're all gonna know my work email.
That's probably something people can look up using that, that thing, that search thing.
What was this name called?
So
Google?
if you switch back over to the i3, you'll see that the screen is now full screen, and that was only the Parallels tools. That was not.
Let's see if I can get. Yeah, that's the one that's doing this automatic. Yeah, it's still running 100% CPU, but it's now another resolution.
It's probably running 100% CPU because it gets as much CPU as it wants to, as it needs from
Can you
Chrome,
check the settings if you do a resolution check to see what it is?
Let me, for example, open the task manager for
see what
this
it's trying to do.
1920 by 980.
Is that the screen actual?
No idea. Should we go higher?
I think 25. That's the highest on the Pixelbook. It's 2560. Yeah. I don't think I've ever used
curious
solutions on those screens because they're so small.
Did you see what happened there? That is wacky.
Okay, so I'm running full on Windows, but Chrome browser still takes more percentage points.
Yeah, skip back.
It auto resized the resolution on the when I changed it to whatever that was, 4K or something, 2560 by 1600, and I said apply. It shrunk down the size of the window. When I full screened it back, it automatically set it back to 1920 by 980. Apparently,
so I'm using 7% of my CPU for Parallels. If you look at the task manager for Chrome, yeah, I have 5 to 7%. And if I then go back here into the task manager, more details, performance.
It's relaxing a bit.
Interesting.
Yep. So it's not doing as much right now. Yeah. Slow down.
So it gets 4 GB of memory here, auto-sized. I think it gets more if you use more. One thing I want to really know is that what's our code? Do I want to share our code? Is Meet, does it get the camera? I still can't copy and paste between.
Weird.
Even with the tools installed, you can't do it. You can't copy between Chrome and Windows.
No, right now not. And I don't get maybe no. It cannot find a camera, so.
It appears I do not have Office.
Yeah, no microphone. You try to activate the microphone, see because it disabled that one also. See, no hardware.
No hardware.
Yeah.
So while that's done, don't use that link right now. We're gonna not allow you in. If you've seen the link. So OneDrive comes pre-installed, but Office doesn't. That's curious.
There's usually one in the menu if you go looking for it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, the slide of the installer is there. So not.
Buy and download. No, can I just download it?
Yeah, just Dominik, go to the start menu.
Yeah, just
because it's gonna force you there. But if you go to the start menu, Dominik.
Yeah, I've pressed on it twice now. It's not responding.
Oh, I'm looking at Jesse. Sorry.
So what do you
Yeah,
want me to
I was just trying to figure out whose screen I was looking at. Someone, it looked like, I thought Dominik was going to the Microsoft Store.
I am.
Yeah, he was.
You are, yeah. Right. So go to the start menu, Dominik. and
Yeah,
start.
I'm pressing start menu. It doesn't do anything.
Doesn't want to.
Interesting.
It just,
All right.
you know, he did it. I'm pressing it.
Yeah, both hands and the feet
It doesn't
and the
do
foot.
anything.
Like that. Start menu works for you, Jesse?
I wonder,
Just checking.
can you type in the search there and search for Office?
Nope.
Yep. So
How
start.
do I
works.
shut down Windows when I can't go to start?
So start and searching works
Alt
for me.
F4.
Alt F4. Yeah, Alt F4. That'll close the windows.
What's F4 on a Chromebook?
Fourth button.
Fourth
and
yeah.
fifth button.
Does it-
Really fifth.
Well, will it use it? Because we've said that it works.
Yeah.
The back and
So-
forth work.
But do you and you're on and you don't have an FN key for the functions? You might need to.
I only have my Chromebook keyboard.
But
I will just close
shut-
Parallels and start again.
yes, because you could use the key to jump out of that and into Chrome OS again.
That's
Might
the
have
wrong
to
button.
kill it that way.
Yeah, I've just killed Parallels. Right. Interesting. Now I get a please set up Parallels on your desktop. No. So if I go into the menu here, click on Parallels, it asks me to install Parallels. Oh,
That's why I'm using the wrong account for Microsoft. Because Windows.
well, I'm back in a second.
You are over here. Yep, I found you.
Me?
Jesse is signed out now. So you try to get it to recognize that you're allowed to use Office 365?
Yeah, it's a Microsoft email.
And Brian Kim tells us that Apple has a different time bubble than the rest of the world.
About a minute remaining for probably past 2.5 hours now.
20 years, you were saying?
2.5 hours, not years, but feels like years.
Yeah, crap. Now I'm in the same shoes as Dominik. Got to look up my Microsoft password. My other one. Please hold. Shoot, leave it on this.
And your smaller machine, the i3, has also slowed down its resource usage. It's down less CPU.
Mm-hmm.
So it does that after a while. So during the setup, there's a lot of things happening in the background.
Yeah.
And since it's a virtual machine, that uses some resources, but it slows down after a while.
And Jesse, I don't know if you want your formulas being disclosed, but maybe turn the gain down a little bit on your mic.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
Well, let's just while Jesse is figuring out his Windows password or Microsoft password, I will go and export the VM. And what we did not do is sysprep. So the next step, you should run sysprep. You want to remove any personal information from that. So if I remember correctly, it's going to remove your your local account with your name and stuff, and sets up that as a default account, but I'll just ignore that. And we'll go back into Crush and do VMC export. And export -d. Export -d. And then P.
Would be nice if you do a clear first, because
Yeah.
the information is covered by your name at the bottom here.
Nope, clear doesn't work. I'll just create a new terminal.
Well, Control L next time, maybe it might work.
Well, there's not much difference for me, I guess. VMC export -d.
I think you call it Windows, or did you call it something else?
PMV default 1, actually. Because I tried it again.
Yep. And the name of a compressed
And
file is like
then-
Windows zip or something.
To spell default correctly.
Please. Default.
There's an extra one there, which is supposed to be.
Yeah, that one is supposed to be there. Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. That's tough. to
Sorry.
see.
Yeah. Because I've created another one because the first one didn't work and I couldn't create it as PMV default again. So I just edited a one. So admins windows.zip. Export image doesn't exist. Well, that's cool. PMC start PMP. Oh, well, because because it's parallels virtual machine and not machine virtual.
I knew there was wrong spelling there somewhere. I just couldn't tell where.
Yeah, of course.
And now it
But
already exists. So there's a 0-byte
Oh yeah.
file probably.
Well, we're just doing a Windows one again.
Yep.
How it goes. So
Works.
export in progress.
It creates that file on the error, and then it doesn't allow you to reuse it and write over it. So that's an interesting little quirk.
Yes, you could call it a safety feature, making sure you don't overwrite a perfectly working export, even though you just got an error. Not
Safety
yet.
feature.
Yeah. We'll pretend.
Maybe
it's
it is
safer.
for, well, I mean, I can run this command twice and have two successes, so it could work too. So let's. Oh no, yes, I am exporting. I'm at 3% export. While Jesse's installing Windows.
Yeah, imagine
No,
this. Yeah, imagine
yeah.
this export taking a
Obviously.
very long time, and then you accidentally do arrow up, enter afterwards.
Now, I'd be interested to see if Jesse can install the Google Cloud Credential Provider and log in with that.
The question
I
is,
can
is this even necessary?
How's it going, Jesse?
My Chrome, my Pixelbook is installing Office, or downloading Office rather, and I clicked on the i3. I clicked on the parallel share, and it says Windows cannot access / Chrome OS. Not sure why.
Well, that's because it's error code 0x800 7002. That's why, of course.
Of course.
Obvious.
Wow. So back to my part then. So step 7 is upload and enable the Windows image. We, as you've seen in the setup on the Chrome user settings page, we need to provide a downloads link, and the easiest way for us Workspace admins is to use Dominik is to use a package on GCP.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna do on my end now. So I am able to, or I'm currently creating a project here.
We do have the Workspace Admins project you can maybe leverage.
Yes, but not on this account. No, I'm not signing in again.
Okay. I thought.
No, I have too many other stuff open already. So just putting this into my internal staging folder, and then I create that demo. Where's my security? There it is. One of them is always nearby.
Just a small update. As this downloads Office, I just picked up my Pixelbook to feel it, and the bottom is wicked hot.
Mine too. Empty fan is running.
Does mine actually have a fan? I'm not even sure.
No,
I think
Pixelbook Go doesn't have one. That's why it's also
Okay.
slower.
That's why it's slower and hot as hell at the moment.
Yeah. While this is creating my project, we'll check back to the crash export. We are at 19%. So this takes some time.
Yeah, it's a bunch of gigabytes. So
Yeah, and it probably has to zip it. Oh, I remember back in the Windows days when I had to use this weird program that always asked me to buy a license, but never really stopped working without buying the license. For zips, what's the name?
WinRAR?
Yeah,
WinRAR,
yeah,
yeah.
I think it's
Yep. It's a nice
Oh,
one.
You see the
curiosity.
comic of the WinRAR offices, and when that one guy actually pays for a license, they're like, what?
Jesse, can you see Chrome OS as a network device in that network interface?
A network device? Let's see.
Because
This is on the
yeah, because it's a
iPhone.
shortcut, but if it doesn't exist there, it's gonna be. See,
Network
that's
discovery is turned off.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
that's part of
one of the reasons why it wouldn't allow you to go there.
Hey, Dominic, check your messages in WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yes, this is a VM and you're gonna wipe it. It doesn't really matter what you choose here. So
You think it matters?
so that's at least.
I think that's my
a look.
Windows
Yep,
desktop.
that's your Windows.
You can all hack into my computer.
What? Wait, how? Oh wait, it's Windows. What? Yeah, I forgot. Do I SolarWinds, I guess, would be the way in?
If I use SolarWinds.
I don't know, do you?
31%.
Um,
How's it going with your bucket creation there, Dominik?
the project is still creating.
Okay, so tell me when it's done so we don't miss. We're going to show people how to do that.
Yeah.
And Office is still downloading very slowly. It's about 80%, 90% done.
Yeah. Please stay online. That's like
I also had to quickly stop presenting my screen anyway, so I'll get back to you.
Yeah, so far not. Nicholas is asking if we can see the shared Windows folders. Oh, sorry, that's the reverse. So if you, Jesse, if you can skip out to Chrome OS and see if you can see the Windows folders on the other way around.
Where would I be looking for that?
There's a way you can connect, remote connect. So if you, I think if you go to My Files,
Oops.
I skipped you back. You go to My Files, click the 3 dots, unless it's a setting elsewhere.
A new service, maybe?
Yeah, see. shared. So there's no direct access there, Niklas. So maybe if you may have to share something purposefully.
I don't have anything to share.
No, that's what I mean. You know, I might have to go back to Windows and share a folder, so you have the necessary information to find it.
The project doesn't like me.
Something.
Annoying that this one's not working.
So what's PCF? That's a local machine, Jesse? It found something. PSF.
Parallels.
Yeah.
Shared files. Nope.
Would appear that Office finished installing, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, that device.
Switch over to the
the slower device. Niklas says that it should show desktop and documents after you've installed Parallel Tools, and we have installed Parallel Tools. But have you run it?
I haven't restarted the machine.
Right.
Have I run it?
Right. The device hasn't been restarted yet. Correct. And there's no Parallel Tools visible. Is the name instead like Corel or whatever it's called? ENP. I don't see it anywhere.
Okay, my project has been created. Before I share my screen again, I'll just directly go into storage and browser.
Yeah, I think you stopped sharing, right?
Yes, I stopped sharing.
Yep.
What's the best way to shut down? Anybody know?
That's probably where you're at. Probably where you're at, doing a proper Windows shutdown or a restart in that way. Well.
Before I can go on here, I gotta.
And over the other one, you've completed a download. You're slowly walking through the setup of Office 365 locally.
Office is done. I'm in.
Yep.
Here's my new Word document.
Nice.
So
check.
When we were planning this, Jesse was afraid of doing so much multitasking, and now he's installing multiple things on multiple devices.
Yep. On 3 devices.
Well, I just didn't want to be in control of the switching of the different feeds on an app I've never used.
Yeah.
Multitasking I can do.
Just not producing.
Oh, whoops. This one's in the wrong account, it seems.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's easy.
Word got mad at me too, so I'm in the wrong account.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Before I can.
You can
really shut.
Jesse, you can fire up Parallels again on that small machine.
Right.
That didn't crash. I think Control-Alt-T should do it.
Yeah, I was curious if it had a program installed for it. It does.
Yeah. And Dominik ran that, and that's just setting up. You can't actually do anything with it. So.
Same. Yeah, to get back into that, you gotta use VMC.
Yeah, to start the thing.
Unless or until you have fully set up the download and function.
And it's VMC and Martin again.
Not the media player, are you sure?
Yeah. That's actually for the shared network. So it's not a VLC as in Louis, as a VNC is a virtual network connection, something where you do a remote desktop. A lot of different short. So starting up Windows again, nicely.
So I'm taking over the primary
All right. Back to
share.
how to create
So,
a bucket in
How
Google
to create
Cloud.
a bucket? Yeah, go to console.cloud.google.com/storage/browser. Click create a bucket. Name your bucket. Windows. Download.
Images.
Download images. That's a better one. Yeah. I thought imaging is that, or was that only for Mac OS? Creating a bucket is free unless and until you put in data. And because Google is helpful, you can type in your price and it tells you your gigabytes and it tells you your monthly cost of
Put in
next to zero.
Put in WA at the beginning to identify Workspace Admins. It's a Workspace Admin storage bucket. Storage bucket names like project names have to be globally unique across all Google customers.
Because they have a one, well, they share a subdomain basically, and that's how they need to do that. I always choose multi-region, and I still go into the EU, and just standard. All the other ones have higher, lower storage costs, but higher extraction costs. So you just want to go standard for, especially for one of those, where you expect more often downloads, especially if you're getting bigger. Just want to do standard. Because I don't know. Afraid I just use fine grade.
Uniform is easier for the demo purposes, and we can
for the demo. Yeah, for myself, I only use fine grained, but yeah, uniform is for now. It's fine for us to use the Google managed key, and we don't want a retention policy. And we create it. So bucket created. No files in it.
First, go to permissions and give it global access.
Yes, permissions. And I want to quickly show that we have not much personal info in here. That's perfect.
Yeah, when you go to add and all members, just start typing all users.
All users. Yeah, perfect. I can go back screen sharing now. So what you want to do is press on next to permissions, press the add button, then press all users, camel cased. Choose that and nope, all users. Better. And cloud storage.
Yeah, storage
viewer. We don't need those as authenticated users. I always wonder if I choose all users, I always wonder if it just sent an email to everyone. Like every possible email address. That would be quite fun. But obviously it doesn't. So yeah, we're saving this. And yes, we would want to allow public access.
I've run into a weird issue on my side. The @ symbol refuses to populate. I cannot type it in.
Shift 2?
Also, yes, Shift 2.
What about
Control Alt?
Now it's working? What the heck? I just opened Chrome and tried to do it there. I tried this like 100 times. Look, I tried to do it here. Now it's working, of course.
Yeah. It's just to show
I'm at 90% operations now.
I was ramming away on the keyboard there. You can see I tested all the different letters, and some were working and some weren't. Something funky going on here.
So I'm at 90% of the export.
Guys, I see 92%. It's still exporting.
Yep, that takes a whole lot of time.
Yes. And that's because it's both reading and writing to the same slow disk.
Well, poor Jesse with his Pixelbook girl.
Yeah. It's not gonna be fun.
So the initial setup should be done on a device with a fast disk.
Yep.
Because that's gonna save you some time. So one thing that we do now want to learn is how to create a SHA-256 value, because that's one that we want to input into the admin console as well.
It looks
And
nice and blue here, Jesse. Not complaining now. They ask about starting software and then checking the task manager, show performance. This is
Sure.
just Word. It's probably not going to be that much happening.
Oops, I think I hit the wrong X.
Yeah, I think so too. Could be that it's hidden behind the Chrome windows. If you minimize, see, there it is. No, nope, it's not.
It's not. These files are crushed.
Yeah. And
are we going back to going back to me, or are we still looking at Jesse?
Still looking at Jesse, just briefly. It shows here that you couldn't restart Windows because it didn't know where it was. But
That's
it didn't.
Weird.
Yeah.
Came up now.
And you're at the same place, so it didn't actually go away.
That was bizarre.
Dominik, I see you're at. It's done.
Yes.
100%.
100% completed. And if you look into your My Files downloads on Chrome, you will see 2 files with this name. And one file has the zip file, which is 7 gigabytes. And one is the actual SHA value, so you don't even have to figure this out by yourself.
Yeah.
So this is the SHA value that we want to copy. And as far as I know, the SHA value tells you if the file that you downloaded is the same as the file that was uploaded.
Yep. It's a verification, authentication or verification code, you could say. And there's a SHA sum account command if SHA doesn't work. Oh, so it doesn't seem to be a local command.
Doesn't seem to be installed in Crush. But you don't have to use Crush to find it out because it's already provided by the tool. And now we're going back into the images bucket, into objects. We upload a file, go into downloads, and upload the zip file.
How about the SHA file?
Nope.
Not needed?
Not for this. We are putting the SHA file somewhere else, the SHA value somewhere else.
Right. So that's in the settings
While this
below.
is uploading, yeah, we go back to the admin console, look for parallels, and we will put the URL in here and the SHA hash in here.
Yep.
And because we do already have the SHA value, what I do now though is I upload the zip file.
It's running. It's uploading your button.
Yes. But what I do now, just to make it, just to generate the link already, I'll just upload the text file because that's going to be faster. And so I only have to rename, or I only have to change the URL.
Yep. This is the difference between uploading to a bucket and uploading to Drive, because a Drive file is not actually downloadable the same way.
I just wanted to have this URL. So what we can see here is storage.googleapis.com/our bucket name. That's why it has to be unique, because it's in here. And then we get this file name, which is gonna be the file name that you uploaded. So I just copy this, put this URL in here, and then I'll copy the text value here. And where's the admin console? Oh, back here. And paste that here, and then I'll save. And I have to log in again.
And you're
Gladly.
enter that all in again because it didn't save.
No,
It
no,
probably
because
didn't
yeah,
save.
because they remember that, Steve. This came out just a week or two ago. That it doesn't actually kick you out of the window you used to be in. It opens a new
Oh.
tab with the login, which is
Oh, really?
very
This is-
nice.
This is
Very yeah.
Thanks,
So many love signs for that.
yeah. It's that's yeah.
It didn't do that to me the other day, like within the last day.
Well, you know how this works, Steve. 14 days plus or minus 78 hours or whatever. Or sometimes 78 years.
Right.
But yes, now if you don't have, if your session cookie, which is in the admin console only an hour, runs out and you save it, it just kicks you in a new window to sign in, and the old one just asks you to reload, and that's
Very
it.
nice. Very
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
We would have loved
I'm
that
ready
when the
to
real session time was 1 hour, and it also required multi-factor authentication, which it doesn't anymore.
I'm ready to show the launching program
Brilliant.
for
Going
Wesel.
over there.
Do you wanna switch over?
Yep. So this is for. Are we in the right place? I'm checking. You now have a Windows Start menu open. That's the one.
Yep, that's the right one. Yeah, so I'm going to open Word and got Task Manager running here in Performance.
See what happens.
So just as a side note here, we are approaching like 2 hours, and I'm just curious as to the 16 concurrent users we have now. Has anyone been on since we started? Because that is some dedication to be on this long watching this content.
I'm not sure how I was on this long.
I know.
Well, you had to manage 2 devices, so you got distracted a lot.
Yeah. So
And,
briefly, there was high CPU, and now it's down, idling, basically.
And if I open an actual Word doc, let's see what we get.
Yeah, you could do a template, and then it has
Little
some
spike.
content. Yep.
You want me to do a
Brief.
template? I don't use Word. How do I close? Here we go. Blue, gray, resume.
There's a close item in the left menu. Yeah, so you get spikes, and it works around a little bit, and then it drops down to. So the more
So
powerful.
many ads in Word.
And the Task Manager here is showing only one like CPU core, right?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Can open Resource Manager
2
and see what we find.
virtual processors, 2.
So we got sockets 1, virtual processors 2. I thought it might have shown multiple ones there. Okay, so it's actually listing them in the details there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know how many was passing through to the virtualization, if it passed all the CPU resources or not.
How many cores does the i5 have on the Y series? 4?
I don't know.
So
well,
see,
my upload will gonna take 2 nights probably to finish. So, Jesse, start your export. At least on one of your machines.
So you can see it averages out even while I'm using it 17%.
Yep.
20%. Just regular usage. I'm very skilled, as you can see.
Yeah, and apparently you get ads on Word. If you look to the right, back behind the task
It's
manager.
their assistant, and it's powered by LinkedIn.
Yeah, which
It's owned by
I see as an
Microsoft.
ad, but whatever.
I know an ad.
I think someone was asking what the specs were on Pixelbook Go, right?
This is the Pixelbook, yeah.
Yeah, the Pixelbook. So it has 2 cores and 4 threads on there for the i5. Well, all of the i3, the M3, i5, and the i7 for the Pixelbooks.
And what about the i5? 8200Y?
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm referring to. The 8200Y, the 8500Y, and the 8100Y. So the M3.
All of them have 2 cores.
2 cores, 4 threads, correct.
Okay. What about mine? I would say I have 4 cores, but
The i3 laptop seems to have a faster gigahertz speed here. It's an i3 1011. Is that 0? Yeah, 0U.
Right, 1011. Yeah, 1011 exactly. It's a dual core. So if we
So yeah, so lower number but higher hertz.
So same, 2 cores,
Yeah.
4 threads in that one also. But that's
And it doesn't seem to have a problem. I mean, I didn't install Office on it or really anything, but
that's
it
a
runs.
Intel processor. So the
yeah, it's much newer.
Was using 8th generation. So yeah.
Are you gonna go there, Jesse, and export that one on the i3?
On the i3 or the i5? Which one you want me to do?
Whatever, I don't mind. Just as long as we have can use that to upload it to the package. So we may have an actual experience for the end user sometime soon. Because, like I said, my upload is gonna take 2 nights probably.
Do we want to continue this now, or do we want to make that as a separate session since we've been doing it for 2 hours now?
We should probably wrap up.
Yeah, probably, because that's going to take a long time. Prepare.
Some of us have to get back to work.
Yeah, even my MacBook almost finished updating after 3
Oh,
hours.
yeah.
Right. There's only 1 minute left.
We started that 3 hours ago. So
Yeah, so just for reference, stream started 2 hours ago, and we actually started working on this 3 hours ago.
It's dedication right there.
Oh, you're getting a progress
Loyal
bar,
watcher.
Dominik, there. It's actually moving. Or it's not moving, it's
Yeah,
visible.
but that's-
Visible.
It's an illusion.
9%.
Yeah.
Well, I can go back into Parallels, I guess.
All right. Well, I guess, are we going to wrap up?
Yeah, let's wrap up. Let's do some more testing behind the scenes, and we can do this again, in a week or 2.
Okay. So we'll post some links into the stream once it gets posted publicly after this for anyone that's still on. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys again soon. I think we've got, in terms of upcoming sessions, we definitely have the January 19th event with Ravi Kumar, who's the PM of Cloud Identity at Google, talking about reducing AD dependency featuring with the Cloud Identity features. And then we might be having an early January session as well. Stay tuned for that. That will be possibly with Jump Cloud. So
Very nice.
First weeks of every month, we kind of focus on third-party tools. So for December, we were talking about GAM. GAM will probably show its face a few more times, given the breadth of things that we can do there. Second week probably is going to be kind of general Windows features, functionality, things like that, a little bit more high level, maybe something that both existing Google customers and potential Google customers might be interested in. And then the third week of the month, we are doing those kind of technical deep dives like we're doing with Ravi on the 19th of January. So that's kind of the format of our ongoing, regular, reoccurring webinars every month. And then we always have these kind of ad hoc, live sessions that we'll post every once in a while, and some pre-recorded sessions as well on certain things that we're doing on Google Workspace that we think you guys might find interesting. So yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. And
don't forget about the podcast.
And the pod. Oh yeah, exactly. I completely forgot about that. So Jesse and I are also working
Dominik,
on the podcast.
disable your screen sharing, please.
Sure.
And yeah, so we have workspacerecap.com, which is going to be a weekly podcast talking about all of the latest updates that Google's coming out with. And the funny thing, Jesse, I don't know if I told you, I was talking to some friends of mine at Google, and I mentioned the Workspace Recap, podcast that we're doing, and someone said, "Oh, I'm going to share it to a few people internally." And 3 days later, Google came out with their weekly Workspace Recap blog posts. So
Rude.
First one.
yeah,
They stole our name.
they did. Well, I think we had a great idea. I think they knew that. So
Well, we own the domain, so we're good.
yeah. So we've got that coming out, and then workspaceadmins.org right now just takes you over to the YouTube channel, but we'll also start to put something up with the link there. And
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
oh yeah, like and subscribe. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. Yeah, right. Should probably say that at the beginning when we have more viewers.
All right. So
All right.
we'll go off air
Hanukkah.
now. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah. And Hanukkah, I think, is finished a few days ago, right?
Hanukkah's over. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So